Your mission, Cherry, should you choose to accept it, is to bring chaos to planet Flipside on Monday nights. As always, should you or any part of the bomb pop force be caught or killed, the head of Ixie Squad will disavow any knowledge of your actions. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
What's up, fuckers? Y'all, there's times I can't tell if I'm just in a bad mood or if everything around me is just really fucking annoying.
Tacos are more important than pumpkin spice. Oh yeah, I said that.
You can fuck off. And when you get there, you can fuck off from there too. Then fuck off some more. Just keep fucking off. And when you get back here, go fuck off some more. And then fuck off again. I judge those motherfuckers on if they're an asshole or not.
Oh, hey, what's up, fuckers? How are you guys tonight? What's up? What's everybody doing? I can't talk today. Sorry, I'm supposed to be ranting and I can't even fucking talk. What's wrong with me? Earlier, when I came on in the green room, I couldn't hear any audio. Yeah, come to find out, this is my dumbass forgot to turn on my headphones because I'm a smart cookie, right? Anyway, hey, what's up? What's up, Cece? What's up, Dane? Hey, Mel, how's everybody doing? Hey, hubby. So today we're going to be talking about the cost of eating healthy versus the cost of eating processed foods. And by no means, if you eat processed foods on a regular, am I trying to say that I'm downing you in any way, shape, or form? I'm not. I'm plainly stating that there is a very big difference between eating healthy, the cost, versus eating processed. Yeah, I know I'm on YouTube. Yeah, wow, my computer's telling me, hey, Cherry Rants is on Planet Flipside right now. Yeah, Dave's truck broke down. That sucks. I'm sorry, but you're here. Ah, hold on. Is that better? Hold on, guys. We're having technical difficulties. Is that better? Hi, Myrtle. I wonder if I plug them actually. Where's the... There. Hold on, guys. Okay, that's better. We'll just go with this then. Okay. So we're just not going to wear the headphones today. I figured out what the problem was. My dumbass forgot to turn them on before I plugged them in. And I'm just going to do it like this anyway. So what I was saying was hi to everybody. Hi, Mel. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Dane. Dane, I'm sorry you're having a shitty day. Hi, Jellybean. Hi, hubby. Hi, Myrtle. Hi, Mel. Okay. Am I missing anybody? So what we're going to talk about today is the cost of not, and by no means am I going to down anybody who eats processed foods. I eat processed foods. Everybody, it's just our normal here. But I'm going to talk about the cost difference between processed foods and sweet, and eating fresh and like fresh veggies and fresh foods versus eating processed. People don't realize, hey, Jimmy, that there's additives in processed foods. Like, there's all sorts of preservatives. Like, we'll take it for example, and I don't know what preservatives are in there. I just know that there are preservatives in processed foods. Like shredded cheese, okay? You go and you buy a bag of shredded cheese. There's preservatives in that shredded cheese so that it doesn't go as bad as quickly. I shred my own because I don't want the preservatives. But most processed foods, like your boxed pastas, anything that's boxed, really, anything that's in a jar, anything that's processed, within moderation is okay. Perfectly fine. It is going to cost you more to buy fresh apples versus apple jelly. I'll let you take your guess why. Why do you guys think that it costs so much more to eat fresh versus eating processed?
cornstarch. Like, I can go to the store and I can spend a few $100 on processed foods and fill up my cart. No problem. I go to the store and I buy fresh and I spend the same amount. There's hardly anything in my cart. The thing about the cheese is to keep it from sticking together. I shred my own cheese and I don't have that problem. Let's see, what else do you buy at a store that's fresh? You can get frozen, and it's not as expensive either. I remember I went on a really, really long rant on Facebook about, and this was years ago, timestamps. Why are we timestamping? So I made this really long rant about it wasn't fair that it costs so much more to eat fresh and versus buying processed. And I started looking into it. And there was a lot that changed my mind. And I actually was doing some research today. Sorry, you guys are jiggling. It's the desk. It's the new desk. It's on carpet instead of a hard surface. But it's cheaper to buy processed food. Yes. It's not the healthiest. And there are some people out there that only buy processed because it is so much cheaper. And that's perfectly fine. If that's what you choose, that's perfectly fine. I'm never going to down you for that. I'm not going to down you for feeding your family. I'm not going to down you for saving money. But typically frozen and processed food does cost a lot less. But we're going to break it down a little bit. Where does processed food come from? It comes from a factory, right? Typically. That's how they put everything in boxes, and they have machinery. It's cheaper because they can make it in bigger quantities. Okay, I'll give you that. That's part of the reason why it's cheaper, yeah. They have more incentive for processed foods to cost less. Who does? Because we don't get political on here. Are you talking about the companies that sell the food? Yeah, hit the like, guys. We got likes to get. Fresh needs to sell and be consumed as processed food. What are we ranting about? You missed it. Fresh food versus processed food and the cost. Not getting into that part of it, Jelly Bean. We don't do politics, we don't do religion, and we don't do racially motivated rants. I'm doing this without getting political. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Jelly Bean. But there's a whole other side of it that we're not looking at. So, processed food comes from a factory. Fresh foods come from farms. Human labor versus machine labor is a lot different. And I'm not, so no, we're not going to do vegan versus vegetarian debates either. No, I'm carnivorous. I don't want to talk about that. So you've got, it's cheaper to run machines than it is to have people actually make stuff like pastas. Can I punch the like? It's been a crap. You can punch it as long as you like it. So it costs less. No, I understand. I understand. And I wholeheartely, we've had this discussion. And you're, in my opinion, you're not wrong. But to break it down like that is that would be a little more political than I'd like to get. But we're looking at the cost of running machines versus the cost of human labor, and that's a lot of the reasons why it costs so much to eat healthy. I'm not talking about delivery services. I'm not talking about things like Weight Watchers. I'm not talking about anything like that because most of those services are also processed. Can you punch it? But it's your device you're breaking. Yeah. Is that a hair? Where? Hey, Kira. So I do like fresh foods in restaurants. And don't get me wrong, like I love going to a restaurant. I love going and sitting down. And I also understand that most restaurants order their food from services. They have delivery services. Not every restaurant can afford to go and have, hey Maggie, they don't have the financial backing to be able to pay a farmer to grow all of the products that the food wise that they use. They don't have somebody that they can pay to make the pasta that they use. They don't have somebody that they can pay to raise the animals for slaughter. It's usually cheaper to go through distribution centers. It's just a hair. Oh, okay. Speaking of processed foods, you need to go in and get something to eat. Hey, that's perfectly fine. Have a snack for me. I haven't really eaten today. Now, there are things that I do that are processed. Like most of your cheese is processed cheese. It's not like you're out there actually milking the animal and making it yourself. So most of the stuff that we do eat that is considered fresh or frozen is actually processed. They do. Some companies do use lower quality products for processed foods. You're eating homemade ramen right now? Sweet. Ramen is super cheap to buy. It's like 38 cents. I remember when it was 3 cents a package. However, human labor versus machine labor is the point behind it. You've got a lot of companies that do cut corners, which does in turn, it's more cost effective for grocery stores. I love real ramen. I love real ramen too. Another thing is a lot of the reasons why it's cheaper is because it's more effective for us to be able to come home and throw a box of macaroni in a pot and boil it versus actually taking the time to make the macaroni. We don't have time for that because we're in such a fast-paced society these days that eating processed is just easier. This truck stop has Popeyes and Taco Bell? Holy crap. Your screen protector's broke? That's crappy. Fresh eggs? They're not fresh when you get them from a store. Fresh eggs, the shells are different colors. What we buy in a store is not a fresh egg. Unless you have chickens in your backyard that lay, those are the eggs that you buy at the store are not fresh. People are not going to buy eggs for $8 a dozen. They're going to buy them for, I think, $3 a dozen now. I don't even know what I pay for eggs, honestly. I go to the store and there's certain things I don't even, when I go to the store, I don't even look at the prices of anything anymore because I just know that I'm going to end up spending more than what I want to, but I'm still going to spend it because it's things that we need. There's things that I buy that on a regular that I need. I have gone to the extent of trying to grow my own garden to cut those costs, and it didn't work out. It actually almost evened out. Right. Good luck with raising chickens. You can't have them inside city limits. In most of the cities across America, you end up having to move out into the country. And where are you going to find country land anywhere unless you live in a rural state? I'm not saying buying eggs from a store is bad either because I do it myself. Would I prefer to buy fresh eggs? Absolutely, I would, because there are people in the town that I live in that do have chickens that sell their eggs, and I would love to be able to buy from them. I just don't leave the house. $1.50 for a dozen of medium. See, we buy extra large because we got extra large people in our house. Like hubby is 6'4" and the teenager is 6 foot. So we like big stuff around here. It's looking ominous. Yeah, you guys are, Kansas City just got hit by rain. Would I love it if we were like other countries where we had smaller fridges and we only bought what we needed for the day? Absolutely. But we don't live in a society where that's possible. There's crazy storms in Florida too. You pay more money for freshness because it expires faster than processed food. And there's that too. The main argument, though, is it costs less to purchase processed food because it's made in a factory versus having to raise it yourself. Now, typically, if we can afford a whole side of beef, if we had to buy a cow, have it raised, and then have it processed, I would rather do that than go buy meat in the store. I would rather raise my own chickens. Vixie says, if anybody wants to urban homestead, you can. And the thing is like, I live in a town where I'm allowed to have chickens in my yard. I'm allowed to have most farm animals in my yard as long as they're not large farm animals or pigs. Like, we can have chickens, we can have ducks, we can have birds. And there's a lot of people in the town that I live in that do have chickens. Oh, you see the I Love Lucy episodes. We're allowed to have gardens. I know people that live in cities that are not allowed to have gardens, so they do them inside their house. I'm sorry, Kira. I don't know what to tell you. If it was up to me, yes, I absolutely would put in. And we had the opportunity when we lived at our old house. However, that house tried to kill me, so we had to move in town. And on top of that, it makes it easier for the teenager. It's more convenient, which is another reason that processed food is a lot cheaper, because it's convenient. It's convenient to make. Like I said, we don't have to sit there and take the time to make the pasta for the food that we want. We can, but in our fast-paced society, we don't have that time. Bread, one of the cheapest things you can buy. Do you have the time to sit down and make how many ever? Because when you make homemade bread versus going out and buying it, you're looking at having to make a lot more bread because, you know, it's a shorter loaf, which I have actually done. So do you have the time to make bread for yourself for however long you're going to need it? Or is it more convenient to go to a store and buy it? You can have roosters and chickens in Lee Summit. It is a supply and demand. It truly is. Because our society has made it that way. But here's the thing. It costs more on a farmer side because they have to fuel their vehicles. They have to have industrial-sized vehicles to be able to produce the amount of fresh foods and fruits and vegetables that we as a country need. Those vehicles run on fuel. So fuel costs are insane right now, right? You ever notice every time our fuel costs go up, our food costs go up? Especially on fresh? There's a reason. And I'm not saying that that's okay. I'm just saying that's the reason why it happens. We've got people who, literally in our society, it takes two people to work in a household, unless you work for a place where you're lucky enough that one individual doesn't have to work. Yeah, you do. Yeah. You're going, wait, hold on. You have a bread machine. How often do you use your bread machine? Flour is processed, yes, but you know that you can actually do that yourself. You can grow the wheat and you can grow whatever you need to make that flour yourself, but do you have the time to do it? Are you going to survive until all of that is done? Or would you rather go to a store and buy it? About the pandemic and how it's affected our supplies. It has affected our supplies. Checking radar, vet bills for animals. 2 loaves a day was your average. Okay. Is it cheaper to make it or is it cheaper to go buy it? If you had to grow your own food, you would starve to death. You have a black thumb. See, not often enough. I bet you would find that if you made it yourself, not only are you going to, you're going to enjoy it, and it's a learning process. I actually started making our own bread for a long time because it was cheaper for me to make our own bread. See, you're a stay-at-home mom, but you are trying to start your own business. That takes time you don't have. So therefore, you're going to go and you're going to buy the processed foods instead of making it yourself. which is going to cost less anyway. You make your own dips and punches. There's a lot of things that I do that I make myself. Like, and another thing is you're looking at grow time as well, like for plants. You made from scratch as much as possible, but growing ingredients is another story. Yeah, because you consistently have to have that. You consistently have to have your plants growing in order for you to have what you need. It's a lot easier for me to go ahead and go out and buy processed spices and have them in bulk versus having to wait for them to grow. It's not fair, but that's how it works, especially with the amount of garlic that I eat. Let me tell you guys how much. You know how you can buy the big 2-pound tubs from Sam's of garlic? And normally that would last people a year. I buy 6 of those a year because I go through one of those every 2 months because of the amount of garlic that I use. It doesn't matter if it's granulated. It doesn't matter if it's garlic powder. I can't use garlic salt, so that's out the window. Regardless, the amount of garlic that I go through is insane. Yeah, there's a lot of planning when you come to planting bulk ratios. I did as well. And then when I became an adult, I couldn't do that because I was thrown into another situation. And I absolutely encourage making from scratch as much as you possibly can. But the realistic part of this is, in the society that we live in, most people don't have time for that because it does take multiple incomes to run a home. Mosquitoes are afraid of you. They love me no matter how much garlic I eat. They truly do. Tell them to put it on the popcorn. It's really good. I'm just saying. So, do you guys have... Okay, so we'll take something very basic like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Or do you have time to make your own bread? Do you have time to grow your own peanuts and process your own peanuts? Do you have time to... And do you live in the climate to do so as well? Do you live in a climate to where you can grow the grapes to make the jelly, or the apples to make the jelly, or the whatever you're going to make your jelly out of? Or is it easier to go to a store and buy it because it's already there? Cherry uses so much garlic every time I see another garlic related. She does. She sends me memes of garlic all the time. It's great. Oh, I can't eat raw onions. Sorry, guys. So we've made it convenient to buy processed foods. We're not going to get on the health side of it because it's a whole other story. But it's easier, it costs less, and it's just how it is. Should it be that way? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think that we should be given the time to be able to do things that we need to do without having to spend as much money. Your mom makes jelly from blueberry bushes and she cans her own tomatoes. That's awesome. She has the time to do it and she has the resources to do it. And I wish everybody had that because we wouldn't have nearly as many problems as we do. It wouldn't cost as much to eat. But the thing is if we do this, we're all going to end up broke because we're not going to have to rely on companies to do this for us. And then truckers are going to lose their jobs because they don't have delivery services. They're not going to have anything to deliver. I would buy a bag of fresh and shell them. I mean, that's perfectly fine too, but you're still... The point is the reason why it costs so much is because we're having to depend on... Oh, I'm so fuddled right now. It's not even fun. Hi, honey. So, like I said, yeah, it would be great if we could sit down and make our own pasta. If we had more hours in the day, it would be great. But we don't. So we're essentially, our arms are twisted into having to go to a store to buy the processed foods because they are faster to make. They are easier to make. And they cost less. And you can ask Hamhock. We've tried growing our own gardens, and sometimes they produce and sometimes they don't. But what they do produce does help us save money. I mean, I'm absolutely for people growing gardens. I'm absolutely for whatever choice you make, as long as you're within, you're not a shitty human. Just don't be an asshole, okay? That's all I'm saying. But meanwhile, your hubby is ordering Taco Bell, and that's fine. If I was in his circumstances, I would be too, honestly. But that's okay. It's convenience as well. I mean, it boils down to convenience and cost. I need a Crunch Wrap Supreme. Thank you. So, yes, it does cost more to eat fresh. And yes, you do have to consume those things faster, unless they start putting preservatives and shit on fresh food, which wouldn't be the healthiest option. But that's the case. Stupid transmission. You don't do that anymore. You run Planet Flipside. See, there you go. You run Planet Flipside. I'm having hit dogs. You forgot your meat at home. Yeah, he did. He forgot it. And that's okay. He's going to eat hot dogs. He's going to eat processed animal parts. Which, if there were factories that didn't process animal parts, he wouldn't have the hot dogs to eat right now. I thought he said he hit a dog. I was about to start crying on screen again, y'all. Now, do I wish that it cost less to eat fresh? Abso-fucking-lutely. Because I would eat more fresh foods, honestly. I absolutely would. I wouldn't have to worry about what growth hormones or whatever's in the food or whatever preservatives are in the food. If I could do it all myself, I absolutely fucking would. I really would. Like, well, my garden failed this year because of my lack of inability to actually pull myself outside to go water the damn thing. But if it was up to me, I absolutely would grow all my own food. I would have to live in a climate to where I would be able to do that. It would be a lifestyle change. And that's another thing that people want to talk about is the lifestyle change from eating healthy, or not eating healthy, but eating fresh to preserved or to processed. When they have farmers markets, and that's great. That is absolutely great. Thank you for supporting those farmers. And it's going to be more expensive to buy from farmers versus going to a store. But you're also looking at human labor versus machine labor. It doesn't cost as much to run a machine as it does to pay a human. You need a mozzarella cheese stock. There's a recipe on the internet somewhere for mozzarella cheese. I'm just saying. It's there. I've seen it. Mozzarella is one of the easiest cheeses to make. But, much like jelly bean, I'd rather buy it than make it. So it's convenience. It boils down to convenience. It boils down to yeah. Sorry, guys. Sometimes it is actually, I haven't been to a farmer's market in years. I'm sorry. But there are countries out there where you have to buy your food daily because the refrigerator that you have is the size of the refrigerator that is in my husband's truck. Hey, Chrissy. So, but they make it, there's a lot of countries that don't actually use a lot of processed foods as well. They eat considerably healthier than what we do, and they are just as fast-paced as we are. How does that work? Because I can't figure that one out. A friend of mine lived in Germany for over a decade, and she would go to the store every day and buy everything that she needed on a daily basis because they didn't have the storage in a refrigerator to put all the stuff that they needed in the fridge. You wish that there was a Coca-Cola plant? Drink more coffee. I don't know. If it was up to me, yeah. My yard is big enough to where I could have a huge garden. And if I had the capability, I would do it. Yeah, you don't want to churn your own butter, do you? Because that takes time. I don't want to churn my own butter. I can go to the store and buy it. And it's actually inexpensive. Another thing that you're looking at is when we'll talk about butter for a second. You've got butter versus margarine. Margarine was actually made to start fattening up turkeys for Thanksgiving so that the companies that were raising turkeys and selling them, it was more cost efficient than they found out that the margarine was actually killing the turkeys. So they decided that they were going to put it on the market for human consumption. And that's where margarine came from, which is mostly plastic, by the way. You need a cow. I need more than one cow. I need like 3 cows a year to slaughter and then a dairy cow. You could make your own ice cream. You could make your own butter. You could make your own milk. You could make a lot of things if you had a cow. But this household needs at least 3 to slaughter per year, if not more. And that's not even, that would be just for the red meat that we eat. We would need, I don't know how many pigs. We would need, I don't know how many chickens, because I eat a lot of chicken. On average, I myself eat anywhere between 15 to 20 pounds a month in chicken. You live down the street from a Coca-Cola bottle plant. Does that count? I mean, can you go buy it from them directly instead of, I'm sure you could, but I'm sure that they're going to tell you go to a store. I'm not going to say that I don't eat margarine on occasion, but I do. The ramen noodle packages that most people go out and buy, that's mostly plastic too. And that's what you're putting in your body. But it's cheaper. What else can you buy at a store that's processed? Pretty much anything. You like steak and chicken? I like steak. Comes from cow that I can't raise in the town that I live in, so I have to go to a store and buy it that's been processed. Now, processing meat and processing fruits and vegetables is completely different. I don't buy margarine very often. I usually try to stick with real butter. There are certain things that I will use margarine for because it does give it a different flavor. But most of the time I do use butter. But, there's people out there that have allergies and whatnot. 30 to 60 and 2 roosters. There you go. That's just to lay eggs and be able to eat chicken. And then you've got to slaughter those motherfuckers yourself. Do you really want to slaughter a fucking chicken with your own hands? Because I've done it. And I haven't done it since I was a teenager, but I don't ever want to do it again. It was that traumatizing to me. Ham Hock, his family used to own a meat processing plant as well as a butcher shop. He's worked at a plant that he's had to slaughter animals before. I'm sure he doesn't ever want to do that again. It costs more to eat fresh because it's human labor. Yeah, and you have to, you have to candle eggs. I've never candled an egg. Handle, yes. You like wild game and fish? Oh, I would love to be able to eat like I did when I was a kid, when we had, we had wild game. And Justin has talked about he wants to go hunting, and I think that would be a really great idea because we wouldn't be relying on the grocery store as much for things like meat, because I would have meat in my freezer that he went out and killed himself. Nope, see, he doesn't ever want to work in another processing plant for another day in his life. He knows the process. But you go to the store. I want you guys, the next time you're at the store, to sit down, or not sit down, but while you're walking around, candle, hold up to the light. Oh, and see if they're fertilized. Yeah, there's that too. I hate those birds. They're little velociraptors. But next time you go to the store, look at the prices of frozen vegetables and frozen fruit versus fresh fruit and fresh vegetables. Look at the prices on that, and you'll see a little bit of a difference, but it's just enough of a difference. I read an article today that said it literally costs $1.50 per meal more to eat fresh than it does processed foods. But it comes down to, do you have the time to make the food yourself? Or are you going to rely on a box? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I used to rely on boxes for most of my adult life. I still rely on boxes. We made, Yeah, I'm a good keto kid when Justin's not home, but we weren't good keto kids this weekend. And last night he made sausage gravy and biscuits. Biscuits came out of a can, and the sausage gravy, the gravy part of it, he bought packets for. We didn't even make our own gravy. Like, we added milk to a package and put it in the sausage. Not the healthiest option, but it was the quickest option. It was the cheapest option because I didn't have time to make the biscuits. I sure as shit wasn't going to have time to make the gravy. We didn't have a cow to process or a pig to process for the sausage. You buy fresh fruits and vegetables for your son and you're frozen for you and your husband? I mean, that's okay too. I didn't know what hamburger meat tasted like till I was an adult. Well, I was looking at time constraints as well. So yet again, it was a convenience versus making it. Can we do this in 30 minutes or less? Or are we going to spend hours doing this when we don't have the time to do it? So the processed food is cheaper, but it's because it's a convenience. There are times in life where we don't realize that we're sorry, I have something in the back of my ear. We didn't know. We had things like venison that we would make burgers out of. It was very rare that we had hot dogs in the house or bologna. It was very rare that we had things like it was very rare that we went to fast food restaurants, honestly. My mom worked in a fast food restaurant and we never ate there. If we had chicken, it was very rare. You grew up on venison, on deer meat? Like, I grew up with survivalists, basically, so it was a little bit different than a normal growing up. We grew a lot of our own vegetables, and yeah, we bought fruit from the store, but it's because we lived in a climate where you can't grow fruit. Name me a fruit that grows in Ohio. Name me a fruit that grows in southern New Mexico in the desert. You can grow grapes down there, but it's very temperamental. I do. I love Bambi. Sorry, guys. This thing in the back of my ear is really bothering me. Now, like I said, would I love it if prices in stores dropped for fresh? Absolutely. Because we would all have a much healthier lifestyle. But when you buy fresh food, you're also, the reason why it's also higher is it's like I said, you've got your cost of paying a human to do the job of a machine. You've got the cost of what it costs to ship that food. So you've got to pay the truckers and the companies the truckers work for to be able for them to do that service for you. So yeah, buying a bell pepper at the store might cost $1 versus you can go and buy seeds and do it yourself. But by the way, you're only going to have those bell peppers so many months out of the year. I have a bell pepper plant out there that still hasn't produced anything, and it's been out there for 5 months now. But whereas when you're buying processed food, yes, there's still the cost of delivery to the store, but you're also not paying for the cost of a human to be paid an hourly wage, except you are, but you're not, because yes, they're there to maintain the machines. Yes, they're there to make sure that the mixtures for your ingredients are correct, but it doesn't cost nearly as much to process it. Your brother lives in Colorado. Your son was elk hunting in Colorado. I miss elk. It's so good. And granted, this is not as an exciting show as our first show, and I apologize for that. And I'm a little off kilter today, and I apologize for that too. Kira, by the way, if you are still in here, you are getting the pink, not the black. I apologize. I did have enough pink yarn. So, I mean, realistically, Am I mad that I pay for a price for convenience? No. Because it gives me more time to be able to do the things that I need to do. It makes it easier. Do I get pissed off when I go to the store and spend $200 on fruits and vegetables and only a couple of dollars on box food? Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, I do. Why the fuck would I want to spend that much money on fucking fruits and vegetables when I can buy a box of pasta for cheaper and it's going to feed us for I don't know how many days? Seriously? You can buy rice that will last forever. I have 30 pounds of rice in my house that will last a year. In Puerto Rico, even if it's grown there, it has to go on a boat to the U.S. port and back to and it costs 5 times what it should be. That's insane. Why would it even leave the country if it's going to stay in the country? That's insane. But that's probably a political rant. So, don't get me wrong, I love rice. I absolutely do. I can't grow rice here. It's convenient to go to the store and be able to buy it year round. It really is. I can buy bell peppers. I can buy sweet peppers. I can buy asparagus year round. I can buy lettuce year round. Whereas if I grow it, I can't freeze that shit. Would I like to be able to? Absolutely. But that's not how it works. And that's what we deal with. It's the cost of convenience. I buy almond flour for myself for the keto lifestyle change that I've made. So when I want something that's flour, it has flour in it, instead of using regular white flour, I use almond flour. Do you know for 4 pounds of almond flour, it costs me $20 for a 4-pound bag? Coconut flour is more expensive than that. When regular flour is cheap as shit, but yet I made the choice to make the lifestyle change because I need to do that for my own health reasons, let alone my own reasoning. So yeah, I'm going to pay a price for that. And it's not going to be something that I'm ever going to be, I'm going to be able to be a lot more relaxed once I hit a goal weight, but that's not the point. The point is it shouldn't cost that, but that's what it does. It does. It costs like 100 times more. I find it ironic they call iceberg lettuce, but you can't freeze it. Then that is ironic. Yeah. That's because the bees are dying out that pollinate the almond trees. I think it's a little bit more than that, but so it's harder to grow almonds than it is to, sorry, I had something pop up, than it used to be. Because, see, and I don't know that that's necessarily 100% of the case, because I can go buy almonds in bulk at Sam's. I do it at least once a month, or I try to at least. If I can, I have to go to Walmart and pay $9 for a pound and a half of almonds. Granted, there are bees that are dying, and it is harder to pollinate when you don't have as many, but people look at it as well as it costs more to eat healthy because it's cheaper to eat processed. It's just part of what we live in. It's just part of the world that we live in, you guys. And it sucks. It literally sucks. If I could lose weight eating carbs, I fucking would. I really would. I'd eat carbs all fucking day long. But I can't, so I don't. Also, you guys, I told you guys throughout the week to make comments on the last Cherry Rants to see what you guys wanted me to rant about. And this is what happened. Nothing. Nobody made a comment, so I had to rely on myself. And I didn't think you guys wanted me to rant about being a trucker wife this week. You're tired of being fat? I understand that. I wholeheartedly do. And it's stressful trying to diet and lose. It is stressful. It is very stressful because you have to have the insane amount of willpower. The amount of willpower that you have to have is insane because I don't have access to a gym. I can go outside or I can buy gym equipment and put it in my house because of the fact that I live a certain amount of distance away from a gym to be able to go. So I have to have all this willpower to eat healthy so that I don't gain the weight that I don't want back. We'll save that for next week, Jelly Bean, I promise. That's what we'll talk about next week, you guys. Also, down in the description below, we do have a disclaimer. We also have a lot of links. What links do we have down there? Let's see. I'm sure we have links to my social. We have links to Planet Flipside merch. We have links to Doll's Etsy house. Sorry about that. We have, let's see, KendraLash.com, which is wearable art. She makes amazing art. If you have seen Vixen's necklace that she wears that has the pencils on it, Polite has actually bought some stuff from her. I have some stuff on the way. If you use the code Vixie Squad, one word, all little letters, it says 10%. I guess she dropped the 20% off. It is stressful to gain weight. Hi, Kendra. Is it 10 or 20? Is the code good for 10 or 20%? And also, I cannot wait to get my earrings. You guys, I got the most adorable earrings from Kendra. We have Mashika Creations on Etsy, which is a friend of mine. And if you use the code Cherry Pop Pop, all big letters, all one word, you get 20% off. You can find the other members of the Vixie Squad in the link below. We also have the Discord and for the coffee house. Dieting is hard. It is. You have to force yourself to eat because you don't want it. Yeah. I have to defrost something to eat tonight, which I haven't done. And I've been up all day and I knew I had to do it, but I didn't do it. So it's either I'm going to wait for the food to defrost or I'm going to snack on shit that I know I can get away with. It's 20% off. Awesome. Guys, for KendraLash.com, if you use Vixie Squad, you get 20% off. It just depends on what form of stress you're prepared to live with. That's true. That's true. Because carbs are nice. Still 20. It said 10% down below. That's why I asked. I apologize. I wasn't trying to make an inconvenience. Dieting is hard. It really is. Dieting costs money, or it's cheaper to buy processed food. But yet people are always complaining about, and I'm not saying that anybody in the audience is complaining about this. I'm as a consensus as a whole, the country that we live in is one of the most obese countries in the world because we have the power of convenience, because we have made our society such a fast pace that we rely on processed foods more than we do fresh and frozen. And that's the truth of the matter. Do I want to live that life? No. And do I choose to live that life? Yes. I can make the choices to eat healthier, but I'm going to spend more money. I do spend more money, actually, because we used to eat nothing but processed foods, and I finally got sick of it. It was causing me a bunch of issues, and I said, fuck this, I'm going to do something about it. And eating fresh foods costs me more, but I still pay it. I don't want to pay it, but I do. Do I want to have willpower? Fuck no. That's okay. It's not a big deal. By the way, you guys, there is always food porn in the Discord. There is legitimately somebody posting food porn a couple of times a week in there, whether it's myself or one of the other members. We're always putting up food porn in there. All the time. Once you get your sticker business going, you're trying to move to more expensive, healthier options again. And that is a decision that you're making for yourself. Now, whether that's a better decision or a worse decision is not my place to say. Like I said, I'm not going to judge you on what you eat. I'm just going to tell you it costs more to eat healthy, and this is why. I don't want it to be that way. I don't think anybody wants it to be that way. Well, start posting your food in the Discord, ma'am. We need to see it. We want you to share it. Don't forget to go tomorrow, guys. We have the makeup table that starts at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we have family game night tomorrow night, which means bring your extra devices so that you can play Jackbox games with us. Thursday we have the makeup table, and then we have homespun magic. Friday we have the makeup table, and then we have Doll's House, I believe. Saturday we have in the morning we have the coffee talk. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Oh, fuck, I meant Wednesday. Sorry, guys. Wednesday, we have the makeup table, and I'm off. It's the second week. Hi, guys. Welcome to Cherry Rants. I'm about to start ranting about how I'm fucked off lately. Your order is on its way. Sweet. So Wednesday, we have the makeup table and family game night. Thursday, we have the makeup table and homespun magic. Friday, we have the makeup table in Doll's House. Saturday, we have the coffee show in the morning, and we have Bona Bones coming on for the Creative Corner. Sunday, we have more coffee in the morning, and then we have Bitches with Switches. And if you guys did not see last week's show, yesterday's show, you need to go check it out. And then, of course, right back to Mondays, we'll have Cherry Rants. But then folks want recipes, and you know me. How? That's okay. They'll figure it out, huh? Usually, if they want the recipe, they'll ask you for it, and then they can figure it out. Tuesday is everybody's day off. We all try to take Tuesdays off. Doesn't always work that way. However, we have Tuesdays off, kids. So I think next week what we're going to rant about is what it's like to be a trucker wife. And Jellybean, I might want to talk to you about bringing you up if that's okay with you. Google is your friend. Stop. We're going to talk about the ups and the downs. We're going to talk about the stress. We're going to talk about what society thinks we really are as a whole. We're going to talk about what it's like for what we do. Yeah, I did order. I ordered the Vixie earrings, and I also ordered the Sugar Skull earrings as well. And I'm so excited. You guys will see them as soon as I get them in. I'll do a video on TikTok, and they will show up. Tracking an email. They will also show up on the channel because I will have earrings to actually put in my second holes. Yes! I'm so excited, you guys. But yeah, we're going to talk a whole lot about being a trucker wife next week. This week, I should have printed out some articles to talk about, but I was a little space brain today. I am in the middle of 4 orders. I'm also trying to get used to the new schedule that you guys are having to get used to as well. So we're a little frantic right now, and I apologize for that. We all love Kendra. You need some sticker ideas? What? You're done with mine and you don't know what to do next? Honey. We can talk. We can talk about that. Absolutely. You guys, she made me the coolest stickers, and you can't see them until I get them. I've already seen them. Doll has seen them, and Vixie has seen them, and they're beautiful. But yet again, click all the links that are below. If you go to Doll's Etsy house, or Doll's House Etsy shop, and you don't do anything, just read the descriptions of the products. They're great. Go check out Kendra's stuff. I could literally spend hours on Kendra's website, and I could spend all the money on all of the stuff that she makes, which is amazing. Like, amazing. Don't be, it's okay. Don't be sorry. You've been tearing your clothes apart looking for your ring. You're going to watch a replay, though? That's awesome. I hope you find it. It's because you left today instead of yesterday. Yeah, and when Justin leaves on Mondays, it throws me off a little bit because I'm very used to him leaving on Sundays. But he had to stay in town today so that he could do, he has so many safety meetings that he has to go to a year. You volunteer as tribute? Wait, what? What did I miss? Yeah, you can post them in the Bomb Pops. That's fine. See, and Polite loves her earrings from Kendra. What are you volunteering for tribute as? Hey, by the way, Jelly Bean, Talk to Vixie. I'm sure she can come up with some sticker ideas. I'm pretty freaking sure she could. Sorry, I was pushing on my wall and it sounded like it was about to crack. I do want to, as always, thank you guys for coming out and seeing me and being a part of the channel and interacting with us, because we love interacting with you guys. We put a lot of hard work into this. My phone went off so much yesterday in the WhatsApp that I thought Justin was going to throw my phone. It was hilarious as I was walking through a store and my phone kept going off because my ringtone for everything, except for a few people, is Dean Winchester screaming, son of a bitch. So my butt was walking around stores as it was screaming, son of a bitch, and people were looking at me very strange. It was great. But yeah, without you guys, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be doing this. Stickers! Vixie is a busy lady. She literally works. We try to tell her to take Tuesdays off, but she's always working on something. Whether it's an intro, whether it's credits, whether it's what's the next idea, whatever it is, she's always working. Mel's always working. I'm always working. Doll's always working. Madness is always working. LC is always working. Jellybean, trust and believe you will be working too if you stick around. Polite comes on and joins us, and Polite's part of our conversations as well. Jimmy's in on it too. Like, everybody that's here is in on it at some point. We all work very hard, and we appreciate that you guys support us. And there are ways that you can support us, whether it's, yeah, Dane's always working, whether it's financially or whether it is through supporting us. By the way, we are so close to 500 right now, guys. It's not even funny. And when we hit 500 subscribers, we are doing a giveaway. Vixie has talked about that before, where we're going to give you guys 30 days to do so many comments. Like, you can do however many comments for entries, and the loot box is just growing. It is absolutely growing. And Jimmy hashtag blames Cherry. Well, hashtag it's all Jimmy's fault. Enable Gator. There you go. Jimmy's the Enable Gator. But we do appreciate you guys coming out and seeing us and supporting us. Just so you guys know, if $500 between merch and donation shows up for the channel, and if you want to donate, contact Vixen Littlepaw. She will tell you how to do that. Within the next 30 days, if the sales for the merch or donations end up being $500, and well, now it's like 3 weeks at this point. It's like 3.5 weeks. Doll will shave her head live. And if we can do it in the next, I think it's 12 or 13 days, Vixie will do it live too. So come on, guys. You know what we need. You're making Nightmare Before Christmas curtains and a friend in a blue moon order. Oh, those are once in a blue moon order. I love that. Yeah, Belle's not getting blamed for this. Dane, we all work on our days off. We all work on our days off. Justin comes home, he gets put to work. I think he leaves the house just so he doesn't have to work at home. It's a joke. It's really a bad joke, but anyways, guys. Am I? No, not really. I'm not really, but I think it's funny. I would try to run and hide too. Because I'm always trying to find fucked up things. I'm not always trying to find fucked up things for him to do. It's just the things that I ask him to do are a little fucked up because I can't do them myself. Hey, can you go clean the gutters? I'm afraid of the ladder. Oh, I don't have a ladder while he's not here. Hey, bring your ladder home. We need it. Somebody's got to clean the gutters. Is it? I just finished it. That movie that I was talking about on my live on TikTok is called Night Stories. It's actually pretty good. Mel has my glasses. Jimmy, you'll get them when she's done with them. I know you need them for whatever it is you need to read, but you're going to have to be patient. What, by October 1st? The head shaving thing? Hashtag trucker made a smooth getaway. He does at least once a week. And then he comes back for more. Like, what? I have a mosquito bite on my ankle. Yeah, night books. Sorry, did I say night stories? I'm sorry, it's night books. Thank you for enlightening us about the cost of food. What I want you guys to do sometime this week is after the show is over, glutton for punishment. Come back into the comment section for this one. And I want you guys to give me subjects to rant about. I don't want you to tell me on other shows. I want you to blow this comment section up after the live is done with subjects to talk about that are not religious, that are not political, and are not racially motivated. And I can rant about whatever you guys want me to. No, I keep not seeing the stop signs. Oh, Jimmy, they're big and red. How do you miss them? Stop running stop signs. Leave us lots of comments. I don't care if you want me to rant about ping pong balls. I'm sure I can find some way to rant about ping pong balls, but do it. Okay? You love Manifest? I'm disappointed at the end of Manifest. I'm just not happy about it. Anyway, guys, it's about that time. I've got stuff I need to go do, like dishes that I haven't done all day because I've been working on Kira's pig and I finished a gnome. Well, Jimmy, then you don't need to be driving. I've probably got hair that I need to color. Rant about bad fitting dentures. I don't have experience with those, but if you want to come on and rant about that, absolutely, I'll let you do that one of these days. You're trying to brainstorm things that you could rant about. I love that, Polite. I have been saying for a long time that I want, since we came up with the idea, because Polite is so tiny and so sweet and so innocent, or that's how we portray her. And you're done. You're done what? Another gnome? Yeah, I did another gnome, and I have a third one that I'm working on, and I have a pig that I'm working on, and I have an elephant that I have to do, and I have a hammer that I have to make, and I have maybe a donkey that I have to do. The gnomes are big right now, apparently. That's okay. No, that's what the show's for. Is like if he wants to come on and rant, he can do that. That's why we created the show, was not only for me to rant, but others to come on and rant as well. But anyway, guys, leave comments after the live is over in the comment section for the videos and tell us what you want us to, or what you want me to rant about. And I'll see if I can't not only be the only one to rant about it. So yeah. I'll be a lot more prepared next week too, because it'll be a subject that I am absolutely living. You still need to pay you for the unicorn because yeah, you do, because I got the pattern for it, by the way, and I can put that on the list. But guys, I've got stuff to do. I would love to sit here and talk with you guys, absolutely would, but I've got shit that I've got to do. Oh, Polite, that's what I was gonna say. She's so tiny and innocent and sweet that I just want to see her blow up. I absolutely want to see her just explode in rage. I want to see that. You'll send it Thursday? Absolutely, that's fine. But anyways, as always, you guys, love your fellow humans, even if they're stupid, unless you're the neighbor that's drunk all the time. That guy needs help. And as always, trolls taste like chicken. Kelly, bye! Fixie, honey, hubby, we're still live, guys. They didn't want to get rid of me. They want me to keep going. Hey, I'm Cherry Bomb Pop. You're watching Cherry Rants. And if there's something that I said that offended you, maybe your dumbass should have read the description below. Kelly, bye!
Your mission, Cherry, should you choose to accept it, is to bring chaos to planet Flipside on Monday nights. As always, should you or any part of the bomb pop force be caught or killed, the head of Vixie Squad will disavow any knowledge of your actions. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
What's up, fuckers? Y'all, there's times I can't tell if I'm just in a bad mood or if everything around me is just really fucking annoying.
Tacos are more important than pumpkin spice. Oh yeah, I said what I said.
You can fuck off. And when you get there, you can fuck off from there too. Then fuck off some more. Just keep fucking off. And when you get back here, go fuck off some more. And then fuck off again. I judge those motherfuckers on if they're an asshole or not.